curious. I go to Roosevelt High School in Seattle, Washington. This isn't really a question, but you went to high school with my mom.
Oh.
At Benjamin Franklin High School in New Orleans.
Yeah, that's right. I got a letter from her. An email. I think. Did I? No. I think so. I think so. I think I did. That's all.
Yeah.
Benjamin Franklin. That's a good high school.
Yeah.
Did you hear about Franklin? No? It's good. I'm a smart baby. That's the first school I went to where people didn't fight all the time. I learned a lot. I was like, wow, people go to school and don't fight. It was education.
Yeah.
It was a revelation. Our first day of school. It was like that. It's a good school.
Hi, my name is Laura O'Bannon. I'm from Ballard High School in Seattle, Washington. I'm a trumpet player.
Hey, come on now. Trumpet player.
I was wondering, what is your personal favorite part about playing in the band and being among all this music and stuff like that?
I love the musicians. I love to be around the musicians. I love them. I love playing with them. I love the feeling of us, all of us playing together. I love playing in the section. I love my section mate. You know, I mean, I got very fortunate, so I love that. And I love the feeling of everybody being together. And like when we play a part really well and the whole band starts just whooping and swinging together, it's just like it lifts up and all the people start to kind of feel good and cheering out. It's just a feeling I always love. So I love the musicians. I really do. Like I love trumpet players. It's very interesting. You can see a trumpet player anywhere. When they walk and say, I'm a trumpet player, you automatically you start doing it. And it knows nothing what country you're in, what culture, but when you say trumpet, it's automatically like, oh man, you know, I'm long tone my slurs, what can I? You start talking about equipment, and it's like, I don't know about this equipment. It's just something about it, you know? Does that make sense? So I love that. I love the feeling of it.
Hi there. I'm Gavin Tedback. I'm from Tucson, the Tucson Jazz Institute. My question for you is, well, okay, here, let me start this way. Most musicians want to make an impression on the art. Now, what do you think, what about Duke Ellington made his impression so killing?
Okay, that's a good question. The first thing is, he was, Duke Ellington started without great musical skills. Like he played okay. He'd be rushing on records. He was 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. He heard New Orleans music. He was playing society music. He understood the implication of New Orleans music. Wow, here's some music that's coming from another city. Now, he could have rejected that music and said, oh, that's just music from the street, the music is ignorant, but he understood what was in the music. A counterpoint, trumpet, the trombone, the clarinet, a different way to play grooves, a way to reinterpret material that's strictly American. Hey, I can apply this hot music, which they call it, to the sweet music that I'm already playing. And I can put those two things together and create a much more expansive expression. Duke Ellington was also a very likable person. Musicians liked him. He had that type of personality that everybody liked. He began to work on his craft and started to write. He's not the most natural. I wrote 500 tunes when I was in high school person. He slowly worked on his skills. He was comprehensive in his thinking. He understood what all the different ranges of the art was. I can write ballads, I can write 4/4 fast numbers, I can put tinges of Latin in my song. And then he began to invent new things that we had never seen. He used his imagination. What did he invent? A new system of harmony based on the blues, a way of writing counterpoint based on New Orleans music, an understanding of grooves that come from all over the Americas that nobody had, a way of dealing with the microphone and recording techniques, a way of registration of instruments, like on something like Mood Indigo. Nobody talked about the clarinet at the bottom, two things on the top. Sophistication and form. Like he realized how General Martin constructed his form is really like an erector set. He began to construct all these multiple layered forms that had never existed in American music. And he had a taste for sweet music and romantic music, and ladies loved him. So he started writing things like sophisticated. He liked to flirt with people from the piano. There you go. He could make the moon show up in a room with one note on the piano. That was him. He took all of the skills that he had and he put them together in an irresistible music. Now, the next rung of Duke Ellington, he also loved musicians. Man, he loved trombone players. He loved people nobody else would want to work with. Duke Ellington would work with. Somebody would be Duke Ellington's band high. They would be late. They would be incorrigible. They would do things that you would never want to put up with. If they could play, he would put up with it. When we formed the Jazz Center Orchestra, it was with the surviving members of Duke Ellington's mid-50s band to the end of his life. And Jimmy Hamilton and all the guys who played with Duke, they always complained about the band's discipline. People do what they want to do. Great dance come up, jumping around with the band. So they dealt with a human. Duke loved that kind of human reality. And he liked people to be themselves. Then he was able to stick to his craft and his understanding and develop for 50 years. That's a long time, man, to be dedicated to something. All the ups and downs, the whole big band industry fell apart after the war. Duke Ellington, he put all of his money back into the band. He sacrificed everything he had for that band. Everything in his life was about the band and working on music. Almost everything. Working on music was a large part of it. And he used to say, hey, I got these bags under my eyes a lot of different ways, but writing a lot of music was one of them. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So, and Duke was a genius. I mean, he had that type of mentality and the work ethic. I remember when I first came to the Smithsonian with John Hasse, I said, I came to see Duke Ellington's music. We're standing in a room with all these big file cabinets. So I was saying, well, where is his music? He said, there it is. I said, where? He said, all of that. I said, you talking about a man wrote music that fills all these file cabinets? He said, yeah. And we started opening up drawer after drawer. It's unbelievable how clear his hand is. I think next year we're going to print like a score in Duke's hand and let everybody see. Because when I was growing up, I thought, hey, the band made up parts and all this. Man, he was writing that music out. You can get a score from 1933 in Duke's hand. His hand is so clear. So, you know, he was dedicated. And he had that thing. That thing, whatever that is, he had it.